Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Jessica Davila, and I will be presenting on a brief root case analysis for Ms. Chavez. She is a bilingual family advocate for a family who has been experiencing signs of burnout. Upon using her journal entries, internal emails, scheduling, and organizational documents, we identified how her burnout developed and what interventions that we could have done to prevent it. Our investigation shows that Ms. Chavez's burnout resulted in a combination of personal, organizational, and systemic stressors. I'm so sorry for that. Working together that led to her overtime. So some personal stressors. Ms. Chavez went ahead and internalized her clients' trauma, especially cases involving undocumented families. She felt responsible for fixing everything, which increased emotional strain. She worked late translating documents, as for taking cases home. She struggled with balancing work and taking care of her own children. Some organizational stressors. Because she is bilingual, her caseload was nearly double of what the agency's average. Supervision guidance was inconsistent, which left her unsure about the shifting policies. She also became a default translator for the agency, which added extra uncredited labor, and her calendar showed that crisis calls booked back-to-back with no breaks. As for the systemic stressors, there was a long waitlist for Spanish-speaking services, immigration barriers limiting families' abilities to access resources. There is a mandatory report timelines that did not account for cultural and language challenges. As for chronic underfunding or culturally responsive programs, these are all systemic failures. So I went ahead and submitted a flowchart that is a clear pattern emerges for the systemic level shortages in bilingual services created by overwhelming organizational pressures, which then resulted in unmanageable caseloads for Ms. Chavez. These work demands spilled over into her personal life, increasing exhaustion, guilt, and emotional overload. Over time, this led to secondary traumatic stress that eventually fueled burnout. This also showed through withdrawal, irritability, and documentation relays. In other words, Ms. Chavez did not fail. The system failed her. To prevent and reduce the burnout for Ms. Chavez and others in her situation, we go ahead and recommend the interventions of 3 levels. The individual level is to go ahead and provide reflective supervision and trauma